Hey, welcome to the Small Business Made Simple podcast, brought to you by socialmediaandmarketing.com.au. Being in business is never easy, but it can be simple, or at least simpler. Join me, your host Jen Donovan, every week where we focus on marketing, social media, and working towards simplifying your business. You with me? Let's do this.
If you're gonna dream it big, 'cause someone out there listening. Everyone's got a voice to give, and it's time I heard you whistling, 'cause there's no point at all, in dreaming small.
Why, hey there, my fabulous listener. Welcome to episode 234 of the Small Business Made Simple podcast. Thank you, as always, for lending me your ears today. I know you have lots of choices out there, and I do sincerely appreciate you making my podcast one of them. If you are enjoying this podcast, then I would love you to leave me, yes, you can leave me a rating and review, but that's not what I'm supposed to say. What I'm supposed to say is if you are enjoying this podcast, then I'd love you to take a screenshot and share it on your socials and tag me, because I would really love to get to know you like you get to know me every week listening to this podcast. But on the side note, if you did want to leave me a rating and review, that would be super awesome as well. You can find the show notes for this podcast at all the W's socialmediaandmarketing.com.au/234. Did you get a chance at all to go back and listen to last week's episode? The amazing Anna Lamb from Uplifting Value was on, and we chatted all about pricing and ensuring that you're charging what you are worth. I've had some really great responses from that podcast and lots of people reaching out going, I need to speak to Anna. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to episode 233, when you're finished with me here today or now, maybe go back and have a listen to that one as well. Today, I'm going to go over 5 strategy or secrets to grow your business quickly. Heads up, they're not really a secret. They're pretty logical, but one of these things I feel every now and then on my podcast, we need to go back over some basics. I went over some basics the other day of, about your ideal client. Today, we're going to do some basics about growth strategies. And when I say to grow your business quickly, that's not always a good thing. I get that. Sometimes strategic, slower growth is what we need in our business. But whether you want to grow slow or whether you want to grow fast, today is all about growth. So let's get into it. There's 5 tips. So tip number 1 is to have a plan, Stan, and freaking stick to it as well. Having a plan, whether it's big, small, short, tall, flat, skinny, 100 pages, 1 page, it doesn't matter. Just understanding where you are right now and where you want to go with your business and having a plan on how you will get there is just so important. Now, you need to ask yourself, why are you posting on social media? Why are you sending out emails? Why are you sponsoring the local football club? Know the why and know the expected return on investing, whether it's time, money, energy, or effort. And having a plan can really help you make sure that everything you are doing is strategic and is helping you go from your current state to your desired state. Without a plan, business life is hard. And in fact, marketing is hard. And I think most people find marketing overwhelming. And I think it's because they don't have a plan. In fact, in the small business survey that I did, 61% of the people said they found marketing overwhelming. But, there was also 83% of people that said they didn't have a marketing plan. And those two things go really well together. So get a plan, stick to the plan. Obviously, things change. But if you don't have a plan, then you don't know what's changing and you don't know what your overall goals for your business are. When's the best time to start a plan? Today. It's like that I was saying. When's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the next best time? Today. So if you don't have a plan, start planning today. If you do have a plan, get it out. Have a look at it today and go, oh my goodness, I must have been on way too much fairy floss when I wrote this, because this isn't even where my business is going in 2023. Or, yep, I'm on track. This is awesome. I need to put that plan front and center somewhere so I can read it all the time. If you need help getting a plan together, then head to my website at socialmediamarketing.com.au and book a discovery call and let's have a chat about getting a marketing plan done for your business. Tip number two, market where your customers are. I'm writing a book at the moment. Sorry, I haven't actually said that out aloud. I'm writing a book at the moment. Stay tuned for a whole episode about that and what it's like to get outside your comfort zone again. But anyway, today's chapter that I've been writing is all about market where your customers are. And that's, of course, tip number two today as well. It seems so simple, but it's just not. Too many people are taking the path most traveled when it comes to their marketing and thinking what's easy, not what's strategic. They think everyone's on TikTok, I'll head there and I'll market without even a consideration of the fact that their audience may not be on TikTok. And the people that look like they're doing well on TikTok may not actually be doing very well at TikTok either. We all know not to get caught up in vanity metrics, don't we? But spending your marketing time and budget on the platforms and on the strategies that your ideal client or your ideal customer interacts with, this is how you get business growth quick or not quick, depending on whether you want it quick. So just don't do what's comfortable for you, I guess, at the end of the day. It's not about you. It's about your customers. Isn't that a great little business lesson we all learned when we went into business for ourselves? It's not actually about us at all. It's about the customer. We need to be customer centric. So just because you hate emails doesn't mean they hate emails. So thinking about what marketing would work for them, not what marketing works for you, because you may not be a good representation of your own ideal client. Tip number three, innovate, innovate, innovate. As Mark Drucker once wrote, there's two things in business, marketing and innovation. The rest is just stuff. And I think we all learned a really valuable innovation lesson during COVID. But have we innovated since? Are you still doing things that aren't working because A, you don't know they're working because you never check, or B, it's just easier to blame things like the economy and competition for the lack of your business growth. But really, maybe it's about innovation. Maybe it's about watching for trends. Maybe it's about listening to your customers. Maybe it's about watching more strategically what it is that your customers are buying and what they're willing to pay for those products or those services. Innovation sets you apart from your competition and helps you stand out online, offline, just basically in the competitive landscape. Tip number four, invest in yourself. Listen, this is a really big one because if you want to grow a business, then you have to grow a business owner. If you want to grow a tree, you have to grow a seed. It's as easy as that. If you are not investing in you as the business owner, then how are you expecting your business to grow when you are the person behind the business? When was the last time you invested in you? It's so important to grow yourself, invest in your knowledge, invest in your expertise. I know that, if you invest in a new program, then technically you have to learn that program, but it's over and above that. So make sure in 2023, in your marketing budget somewhere, you are investing in yourself. And maybe just to be a bit salesy for just for a couple of seconds, maybe you would like to consider coming along to my Women in Business retreat in May, which is on the border of New South Wales and Victoria, where I live. There's actually only one ticket left. So maybe you could invest in that, or maybe you could join the wait list for my 30-day challenge that's coming up, my 30-day marketing challenge. You can find that link at bit.ly, so bit.ly/challenge waitlist 2023. Tip number five, the last tip. Focus on your customer. Without customers, frankly, none of us have a business. So make sure you are not only focusing on the customer, but listening to the customer as well. Listening to what your customer's asking for, what they're telling you, when they're taking some action, when they're not taking action, all this sort of thing. If you can test and measure this and listen and active listening, I think is what they call it. So listening to listen, not listening to reply. This sort of thing can really explode your business. If you become very customer centric, then this is one of the greatest ways to grow your business. So none of these tips are earth shattering. I get that, but they are all ways to grow your business quickly if you want them to be. Become more customer focused and question everything you do. Basically, will this make more sales for me? If I create this product, if I bring in this product, if I create this service, if I think of this service, will that make more sales for me? Yes, perfect. No, don't do it. Be more strategic. Grow your business by growing yourself. It could be as simple as attending more networking events to grow your network. You just never know where your next customer is coming from or your next referrer is coming from. Be innovative. Just do the same thing over and over again and expect the same result. I think that's the definition of insanity, isn't it? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you aren't growing now, then something has to change. You cannot grow your business doing what you're doing today if your business isn't already growing. Something has to change. Be innovative. Market where your customers are, especially if you are going to become more customer focused, you need to, of course, market where your customers are. Understand where they are, know where they're hanging out and where they're not hanging out. Again, head back to episode 232. 2 weeks ago, I did something about, understanding your customers better and knowing where to market to them. If you didn't listen to that episode, go back there and have a listen to that one. And of course, the first one that I mentioned, have a plan. We all need a plan. We all have a current state, we all have a desired state, and in between there is where the marketing lives. That's how we get from here to there, is we learn to market our business more strategically. The big small business survey that I did last year showed 64% of people were going to increase their marketing spend in 2023, which seems like a really great stat until I go and tell you then that 83% of them had little to no plan. So, how on earth are they going to spend more money on their marketing with no plan in place to measure their success or to measure business growth? Need a plan, Stan. I love these tips. I know they're very logical and they make a lot of sense to you. I know as a business owner, you are nodding right now, going, yeah, I get it. I get these tips. And like I said, they're not earth shattering, but they are a nudge. They aren't hard to do. They are really a change in mindset. You want to grow your business, you need to start having a growth mindset. So, which one of them, the 5 tips, do you need to work on the most? I'd love to know. Shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, connect with me on socials and send me a DM, whatever you would like to do. Or come in, of course, to the Like Minded Business Owners Facebook group and tell me in there. What do you need to work on the most? If you loved this episode and found it valuable, then I'd love you to take 30 seconds out of your day to leave me a rating and a review. See, this is where I'm supposed to talk about rating and reviews, not up the top. That was supposed to be about screenshots. But anyway, my script, and clearly I was not reading things correctly or not following the plan, Stan. It is one of my goals this year to reach more people on this podcast and help them achieve growth in their businesses and take away that overwhelm from marketing. 61% of people said they found marketing overwhelming. It's my goal that by the time we do this survey again, that stat will hopefully have come down. But otherwise, I'll see you next week on episode 235. If we're not already social buddies, then come and find me on social media and connect with me there on Instagram, Facebook, or of course, LinkedIn. But whatever you do, remember, my small business peep, as my opening song says, there is no point in dreaming small.
No time like the present. Tell it like you feel it, say it proud, be true, and let us see you for the star that you are. No point in dreaming small.
I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Yorta Yorta people, on which I record this podcast and conduct my business today, and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend this respect to the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today as well.